Hey, welcome to Fixing Fathers Incorporated, where fathers help fathers to be better fathers. Listen, my name is Dr. David Asbery, and I want to thank you so much for providing me with your email. And as promised, in a couple of minutes, you're going to be receiving a PDF copy, electronic copy of the book, Single Dad, Not Singled Out. Single Dad, Not Singled Out. I'm so proud of this book. I wrote it a while ago when I was going through a divorce and a custody battle. So the picture, let me talk to you a little bit about the picture. The picture is supposed to be me, right? And me saying, I want custody, and everybody in the courtroom is just cracking up. Yeah, right, you want custody. So I wanted to, you know what? I want to give you a little sort of brief take on what the book is about, right? What the book is about. So I have several chapters in the book that talk about what I went through when I went through this process. All right, so separation, got a divorce. Then I said I wanted custody. I went through a custody battle. So I went through so much that I made a promise that if I got through this, I was going to do what I need to do for fathers and help them out as much as I can. Because while I was down there, all of these dads, they just have this big question mark on their forehead, just confused and not knowing exactly what to do. So I made a promise that if I got through it, right? And believe me, guys, you guys that are going through it now, right? You're through the thick of it right now. You will get through it. You will get through it. And there's a lot more agencies out there. There's a lot more help out there. There's a lot more documentation online. There's a lot more guys like me doing this kind of stuff to get you through it. So you have help. Help is on the way. So like I said again, Single Dad, Not Singled Out. You will receive the electronic version. I want you guys to read through it. Listen, this is a really short book. It's a really short book. The meat and potatoes. I get right to it. No fluff. You know, like the stars are green and none of that stuff. We just dive right into it. Let me just go through a couple of the chapters. All right, let me bring it down a little. Because I get a little pumped about this stuff. I've been running this nonprofit for a couple of years, and I get pumped about this. Helping dads. This is what we do. All right, so let me get to a couple of the chapters because I don't want to hold you too long. And I know that the gurus say that I only got like maybe 4 or 5 minutes before you start clicking. So, all right. So first chapter, I just got served, and it talks about, W-2 forms that when you get served, you need to make sure that you have your stuff tight. Listen. When women come, they have been talking to someone, they understand what they need to bring, and they bring it. When men come, we kind of wing it. So what I'm saying to you is we want our men to show up on time. We want our men to show up with all of the necessary documents. You will get a letter that basically states that you need to bring your W-2 form. I would suggest you also bring a journal. That's something that you can write your notes on. Definitely bring a journal. I remember when I went down there, I didn't have anything to write on. I was writing on all kind of documents, but you need to be journaling what the heck is happening because a lot is going to be going on. A lot. And these are mostly for the guys that don't have the money to purchase an attorney, to get yourself an attorney, because we know how costly it could be to get an attorney to represent you. So, these are for guys that are going down there and they've been served, and you got to get down there and like I said, you got a document that's going to tell you exactly what to bring. I would suggest that you stick to that document and you make sure you bring everything that you need to do. Acceptance, right? There's a couple of things that you are going to need acceptance. One, that child support, and this is assuming that you're not trying to get custody, but if you're not trying to get custody, that child support is something that you are going to have to pay. Okay, so we got that out. We got to get that out. Bring the anxiety down, because I had to deal with it. There are thousands of men that deal with it. You, my friend, will have to deal with it also, but you will get through it. We make the necessary adjustments that we need to make. I say something in here about minding your own business. And when I talk about that, I'm not talking about mind your business, get out, don't be nosy. I talk about the business of your own personal finances, minding your own business and seeing what things that are out there that you can cut, that you can dice. Do you need 900 channels of cable? Can you bring that down? And the thing about that is, right? The thing about that is that all these things that you cut will come back eventually. Right now, you're going through a hard time. So it's now time to kind of trim the fat and cut back on some things, right? Cut down back on some things. And then we can go into child support. Child support, like I said, it is not going anywhere. It's something that we are going to have to pay. We're going to have to make adjustments. Just going to have to make adjustments, guys. And I talk about some of the adjustments that I made that were helpful. Didn't replace the whole child support that I had to pay, but it was helpful. It sliced into it. And that's what we need to do. We need to slice into it so that it doesn't hurt us. It's to the point where we're just constantly always thinking about that first instead of our kids first, right? Thinking about the money, right? Don't be a sugar daddy. This was what when I was going through this stuff, and after the custody and all of that kind of stuff, I became sort of like this sugar daddy where I thought, right, that gifts, the kids would come over and, hey, let's go to Toys R Us, let's go here, let's go there. And it was just like, all of this every single time. Of course, they're going to want to be with dad. Dad is like he's like almost like a Toys R Us junkie. As soon as it's Friday, hey, Dad, we're going to Toys R Us. And that's when it got me. One time I picked my son up before he even said hi. He's like, Dad, we're going to Toys R Us. So I was like, oh, man, this is, we got to change that. We got to change this. So in an effort, right, to cut back and cut back, right, and try to save money, there's so many other things that you can do. Take them to the park, right? Take them to the library, right? These things don't cost anything, right? Take them to the museum, right? We had a wonderful time at the library. So what I'm getting at is that, hey, the toys and the games and the video games, all that kind of stuff, cool, right? That stuff is cool. But it's really all about your time. That's what I found out. It's really about your time. We used to go to this place called the Sand Park, right? And I take them there and just running around, having a ball. It's really about your dad and your son, your dad and your daughter, you guys doing things together. That's the piece right there that we don't understand. We always think that it's about, oh, I got to take them to the movies and spend $1 trillion on popcorn. Oh, I got to take them to a big vacation and we got to do this and do that. No. They want your time. Oh my God, I'm gonna read the whole book for you. But that's just another piece of it. School days. Hey, I showed up at open school night. Something that I did not have to do when I was married, but I showed up at open school night, trying to be a better dad, right? And I noticed that there's only dad there. So we're not showing up. We're not showing up at open school night, and we need to because school, as you know, is so important and crucial. And it is. I totally believe this that our kids do much better when we are involved and we're on top of that. Right? For those of you who next chapter is custody. For those of you who are thinking about going out there to get custody, right? You want to get custody, right? You want to list all the reasons why first you should have custody, because this is a big undertaking, and I'm not saying that you can't do it, because I know you can, but I just want you to know that it's a big undertaking and that you are going to have to be ready. And I talk about that because I went out for custody. I have experience in that, right? I have experience. I did it. I'm not going to tell you if I won or lost. I'll let you read the book and find that out. But I did it. So if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All in the family. Yo, let me tell you about this real quick. When you're going through a divorce, you're going through a separation, and I don't call it. You're going to get people that say, no, we're not going to pick sides, but they're going to be friends. They're going to be family members. My ex-wife had a big family, right? And I was very close to a lot of them. But when I went through the divorce, you're going to find out that some of these people are going to cut you off, some of these friends that you had, they're going to cut you off, and that's just going to happen. I just want you to be ready for it. And this is what this book is all about, trying to get dads ready for it so that this is not a shock to you. So you got to know that individuals are going to cut you off. They are going to pick sides. There are so many people that say that, oh no, when pick sides, we could be friends with him and we could be friends with her, both of them, we love them both. No, you are going to be forced to pick sides. You're going to be forced to pick sides, and that's going to happen. Your friends are going to be forced to say, hey, I'm on David's side, I'm on so-and-so's side. So you need to know that this is going to happen, that people might not react to you the same way that they've always acted. A perfect example, my ex-wife's girlfriend was the one that served me. I was so mad at her. I mean, I think about it now, so it wasn't her fault, but at the time, just was angry, you know? I mean, we were friends. And I see, she came to, hey, you have been served, So, you know, just something to think about. Your court date. I would write out everything about the biweekly visits, holidays, any and everything that you think that you want. And this is also talking about when you talk about mediation and all of that. You need to document what you want, not in your brain, because you're going to forget while you're sitting there in the heat of the battle. But you need to have your, we got Fixing Fathers. I got this Fixing Fathers, what do we call it? The Fixing Fathers Journal. Listen, we're going to talk about so many things. Like I said, you're going to be getting emails from me, and we're going to talk about so many things that I'm going to be giving you that is of value. But I can't get it all in this one video, but I really wish I could. But you need to bring a journal. That is crucial when you're going down in court, so that you know exactly, you can go back into your journal and say, oh yeah, in addition, I wanted to get Thanksgiving the day after Thanksgiving. You're not going to remember those things. You're not going to remember all of these things, because you're going to be fighting and battling it out, with mediator. And most of the time, I'm going to squeeze this in. Most of the time, you're going to get the feeling, right? You're going to get the feeling. I'm not going to say that this is what it is. You know what? I will say this is what it is. That down at family court, it's very, very female friendly. Female friendly. Yes. You're gonna witness that. You're gonna notice that. You're gonna experience that. I experienced it. Very female friendly. There are agencies out there that are trying to change that, but they're very female friendly. So remember that. So this is why I'm saying that you're going to have all this stuff thrown at you. You want to basically have your journal so you can smoothly and coolly look into it and just say, hey, listen, I had basically mentioned before that I would like Thanksgiving and the day after. That's what I want. And that's okay. Win-lose. Listen, I want to talk a little bit about win-lose. Win-lose is regardless of what happens in your situation, the end goal is, right? The end goal is that you become an involved father. You continue to be involved. There are going to be some adjustments that are being made. Some of you might have biweekly visits. Some of you might have, I hate that word visits, like you're going to visit someone in jail or something like that. But biweekly visits, that's the term they use. You have biweekly visits, or you have of every week visits, or you have 3 days, whatever way that you have worked it out, right? You're going to find that you're going to have to give a little, you're going to take a little, you're going to win some battles, you're going to lose some battles. But the end result is that you are a responsible, loving, caring, nurturing father. That's the deal. That's it right there. That's the piece, right? That's the piece, right? So that's where we all want to be as fathers. We all want to be involved. We all want to be engaged. We all want to be loving and caring. And these are words that, hey, man, it takes me a long time to be able to say this. And I'm saying it online. Love, L-O-V-E, and caring. Yes. Nurturing. Yes. Nothing wrong with it. It's all good. So that is pretty much it. Like I said, this is the book. You guys are going to get it in a couple of minutes. And I hope you just read through it, or you can come back to this or you can email me and we can talk. Fixingfathers@gmail.com. That's fixingfathers with an S at gmail.com. And we can communicate. We can also get on a Zoom call if you guys need to, because the following isn't huge. The following isn't huge yet, but we are getting there. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to speak to a dad that I have not known and go through what he's going through and be able to add value and help and just listen. And that's the difference, right? Women, and I'll end on this, right? Women, when they go through issues, they have a network. You can bet that there's a girl that's been through what she's been through and she is in contact with her and they are talking. That way, when they show up to court, they are ready and they are poised, smooth. I can't tell you, my wife was just comfortable and I was a wreck. Anxiety, worry, not knowing what the heck I'm doing, feeling like an idiot down there. You know what I mean? But she was just, had her legs crossed, just smooth. And this is how I want us to show up. That's what this is all about. This is how I want us to show up. I want us to be smooth and cool and relaxed and understand that, hey, I got a long road, but I'm going to get there. Why? Dr. Asbery got there. If that guy can do it, I can do it. And that's what I'm talking about. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So with that said, once again, my name is Dr. David Lee Asbery. And one more thing, please give me a couple more seconds. I want to give you guys an excerpt. This is all about value. That's right. What the gurus say is all about value. I want to give you guys an excerpt of a book that I wrote. My Wife, My Kids, My God. It's a funny book. You guys can read it while you're down there in court, because you are going to need, that's another piece, you're going to need something to keep yourself busy, because there's a lot of time. Everybody thinks about court and they see it on TV and it's fast moving. No. You're going to be down there for a bit. So you got to bring stuff that's going to kind of keep your mind going. So I have a great book. I got an excerpt, and I'm going to give you guys free value. It's free. Just click on the link, and you can check out the excerpt. And if you're interested in that book, you guys can get back to me, and we'll talk about that. But okay, so with that said, we're going to end on that note. And just remember, at Fixing Fathers, we live to laugh with our children. We live to learn with our children, and we live to love our children by any means necessary. Listen, I said it, and I'm sticking to it. And I'll talk to you guys on the other side next time. Take care.